It started with the sound of a lunch tray sliding onto the table, the smell of cheese fries rising in the air, and a single, quiet decision that would change the entire dynamic of a friendship. When I walked into the cafeteria that day, I already knew what I was going to order. I had a plan, not because I wanted to treat myself, not because I suddenly craved something new, but because I was tired. Tired of watching my food disappear, piece by piece, right under my nose. Tired of being polite while someone crossed a boundary I'd made clear over and over again. This friend of mine, he wasn't starving. He wasn't struggling. Every day, he had his own lunch. Sometimes, he brought it from home. Sometimes, he bought it right there in the cafeteria. But that didn't stop him from reaching across the table, sliding a few fries off my tray, or grabbing from someone else's plate when they weren't looking. It wasn't just me. He did it to everyone. It was his thing, his little habit. But to me, it wasn't harmless. I'd told him before, more than once. Please, don't take my food. He'd laugh, brush it off, pretend it was a joke. And there's only so many times you can hear the same excuse before you start wondering if maybe the person just doesn't care. Now, there's one detail about him that mattered in this situation. He's Muslim. He keeps halal, which means pork is off limits. No bacon, no ham, no pepperoni. That was his choice, his belief, and I respected it. But I realized something. If I added bacon to my lunch, he wouldn't touch it. That's how, on that day, for the first time since I'd been at this school, I ordered cheese fries with bacon. I didn't even like bacon on fries all that much. But this wasn't about flavor. This was about boundaries. About drawing a line in the only way he seemed to understand. I carried the tray to the table, sat down, and waited. His eyes landed on my lunch almost instantly. Then his expression changed. His brow furrowed. His voice cut through the chatter at the table. What the hell, man? Why'd you do that? It wasn't a joke. He was genuinely angry. Not because I had done something to him, but because I had made it impossible for him to do something to me. I looked him straight in the eye and said the truth as I saw it. Your dietary restrictions shouldn't matter if you're not eating my food. I thought that would be the end of it. But then the unexpected happened. The rest of my friends, people who had watched him steal my food, sided with him. They told me I'd gone too far, that I wasn't respecting his beliefs, that I'd never ordered bacon before, and the only reason I had now was to give him the finger. And maybe, in a way, they were right. Maybe it was petty, but I also knew it was the only thing that had worked. The tension at the table grew. He didn't try to take my food. He didn't joke about it. He didn't even look at it. But the air between us was different now. My so-called friends shook their heads, as if I'd broken some unspoken rule. What about the rule of respecting people's boundaries? What about the rule that says you don't take what isn't yours? The irony hit me hard. They wanted me to respect his religious boundaries while completely ignoring mine. I wasn't stopping him from eating his own food. I wasn't trying to make him break his beliefs. I was just making it clear. My plate wasn't his buffet. And here's what no one seemed to notice. His religion also prohibits stealing. But that didn't stop him from dipping into my lunch without asking. Over the next few days, the vibe in our group didn't change much. He still ate with us. He still joked with everyone else. But he didn't touch my food again. Some friends still looked at me with that quiet judgment, like I'd done something cold-hearted. But I didn't feel guilty, because here's the truth. When you've asked someone to stop crossing a line, and they keep doing it, you have two choices. You can keep letting it happen, or you can take away their ability to do it. That day in the cafeteria, I chose the second option, and it worked. So, am I the asshole? Because from where I'm sitting, I see a simple equation. My food, my choice. If you're not supposed to eat it, and I'm not offering it, your rules don't apply to my lunch. And if you get angry that I've made it harder for you to take something from me, maybe that says more about you than it does about me. And as the host of AITA Stories, here's my reflection. What stands out to me in this story isn't the bacon. It's the idea of boundaries. How often we're told to respect other people's limits, but how quickly that courtesy disappears when the boundaries are ours. We live in a culture where politeness can be weaponized, where you're expected to swallow small violations of your space, your time, your property, just to avoid making a scene. But the quiet truth is, when someone repeatedly crosses a boundary you've made clear, they're telling you exactly how much your comfort matters to them. Sometimes, defending your boundaries isn't about confrontation. Sometimes, it's about action. A subtle shift that says, I won't fight you, but I won't give you access anymore. And while that might feel petty to outsiders, it's often the only thing that works. So here's the question for you. When someone keeps crossing a line in your life, are you willing to change your own behavior to protect yourself? Even if it means people will call you petty. Even if it means losing their approval. Because in the end, the approval of someone who disregards your boundaries might not be worth having at all. What do you think? Was this a fair way to stop the problem, or a step too far?